Warning, this show is not for the serious or sensitive individual. I repeat, this show is not for the sensitive or serious individual.
In other words, if you sensitive, do you a favor, definitely do me a favor, and get the fuck from around here, player. Yeah.
There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood.
Yes, y'all. Welcome y'all to another episode of There Goes the Neighborhood. I am your host, Dom G. And I hope all of your days have been great days since last we've spoken. And if not, they will get better. No worries. Just want to start all my people out there in Florida, wishing you guys the best. Hopefully the storm goes by and doesn't do much damage. So my prayers are with you guys. As far as tonight's show, you guys know how we doing. We're rocking and rolling tonight. If you haven't heard about what we're doing tonight, we are speaking of the spirituality of a orgasm. Again, life is knowledge, people. Let's get this knowledge, right? Let me say hello to people. Real quick, everyone that's watching on different outlets, meaning you're not watching on the Dom G There Goes the Neighborhood Facebook page. You have to give a permission to show your name on here. So if your name is coming up as Facebook user, you can just go over to Dom G There Goes the Neighborhood, and I'll be able to see your name. Otherwise, you can stay where you're at, and I won't see your name, but I'll see your comments. Or if you want to put your name right next to it, I'll pick it up that way as well. Before I start this show, there's one thing very important for me that I need to touch on. And I'm going to bring up a picture really quickly. And this Saturday, for anyone that is in the New York area, New Jersey, people that have been affiliated in baseball through the years, if you played baseball, especially around the tri-state area, you know exactly who this man is. He's Mr. Latin Souls. We call him Jose Rosado. The man was a father figure to me, and so many guys out there. I mean, this man ran the baseball league and helped kids that came from nothing. So many kids that I can't even begin to say how many kids that didn't have parents, and this man did everything year after year to make sure these kids were able to play some ball, were able to get a uniform, and were able to enjoy the things that we take for granted in the world. And this Saturday, we get to honor him. He, like I said, a father figure. He's my parents' best friend. I mean, this guy was just amazing, and rightfully so. As we celebrate him, he will be getting Brookline ball fields named after him this Saturday. And not only that, the street that we played on will be changed as well to Jose Rosado. And this man deserves it. I can't say enough about him. Love him, love the family, Olga, and everyone else in the family. Love you guys, and I can't wait to celebrate him on Saturday. And I just wanted to get that, make that clear. And if you're around, again, please try to make that, because this man deserves a showing. That, again, Saturday. And if you can't be there, Facebook Live. Let me get this banner off really quickly so you can see it. Facebook.com/Latin Souls Baseball. It'll be on Facebook Live as we celebrate him. Right. So with that said, it's time to begin this show. So let me bring the ladies out here. Got a few people that are coming in, running a little late, but they will be here shortly. But we do got Miss Jen, and we do got Miss Melissa Morales.
Hi,
Melissa,
everybody.
mic is muted. If you can hear me.
I'm muted?
No, not you.
Hi, everybody.
What's up?
What's good? Sorry, you guys might hear a dog in the background.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I've
We
been
love dogs. We love animals here. Dogs are allowed. And cheers to everyone out there. You have your drinks. Just cheers.
yes,
It's close to you.
definitely got my coffee. We are here, getting it popping.
We're about to get into it. Miss Carpet was just in the room. I don't know what the heck happened to her.
She probably got booted.
She probably had to do something over there. She might be in the middle of a spiritual orgasm. Who knows?
Hi,
Yes.
Nelda. Hi, everybody.
Yes. Let me get to the hellos. Every people,
Hi, Andrea.
there's a lot. I see a lot of Facebook usernames, so I apologize. I can't get to you guys, but all the regulars, I appreciate you all so much. Vera, I see you, baby. Thank you. Cynthia, Nicole, Maggie, Marty, Andrea, Barbie. Thank you. Venus, what's up, baby? Again,
Hi, Jamie.
I'm assuming if you're putting the name on the Facebook user, then I'm assuming I'm gonna go by that. So Joanne Foster, hello. Lizzie, Liz,
Lucy's Santos there.
Hello,
Lucy,
beautiful people.
Richie, Cynthia, Lisa,
India La
Lewis.
Salsera. She's on. Richie
All right,
Rosario's
listen,
on.
it seems to me, Nelda, what's up, Nelda? Jess, what's up, darling? Diana. Seems to me there's a lot of people that want to know how to have these spiritual orgasms. let me tell you something.
Chop, chop, chop.
Okay, so just to be clear, right? Orgasm. What is it? It's a release of energy. Okay, that is what an orgasm is, a release of energy. So for those of you that have the dirty minds out there, okay, and all you do is think of orgasm in a sexual way, I do too, but still, there's other forms of orgasm. Okay, and we're gonna get into a few things here and there. I put some video clips out, and I want to have that discussion on certain things. For those of you that saw the promo early in the week, we will start with this really quickly. This was a form of a spiritual orgasm, and this is real stuff. This is not make believe, pretend. This is stuff that really happens, people. So before we get into it, and I will get into it with the ladies, let me put this on.
Orgasmelignende tilstand, uden at røre ved dem. 2 af vores forsøgspersoner har valgt at deltage anonymiseret. De bliver blindet, så de ikke kan se, hvem der healer og hvilke bevægelser der bliver brugt.
The person that receives this treatment can start reacting as if they have some kind of an orgasm, and that's fine. Of course, it can be a bit strange for the average person to think of healing with orgasm together, but it is an incredibly healing energy. This is a fact. The point is that energy by definition is not something which is physical, and therefore when you learn how to concentrate the mind, you can actually control and move energy. And that's why in the yoga tradition there's a simple rule that says energy always follows the mind. And if the mind is concentrated and strong enough, it's possible to concentrate and move that energy where you want it to go.
Take a minute. Take a minute for yourselves. Okay, we're not in a rush. Take a minute. Breathe, people, breathe. Now, listen. That is some sexy shit. Let's just be clear. That is sexy as hell. I'll start by asking you two.
That's
Are
talent.
you guys, is this something that you might be interested in learning? I'll start with you, Melissa.
Okay, what?
No pressure.
I wasn't ready for you to start with me, but absolutely. Our bodies are naturally ready to release, and we hold on to so much stuff. So why not try it? Why not release whatever is in us? I'm down.
Absolutely. Why not? Andrea, I don't even think that's real. But you do want to believe it, don't you?
It's real.
It's real stuff. India, what's up? Annette, what's up? GA, what's up, brother? Listen, Jen, what do you feel about that?
With the video that we just saw.
Yep.
Well, I like it because it's something like hypnosis. It's like what he's doing. He hypnosed her, and he's trying to get all her energy out of her and her sexual encounters. You know, how she feels, how she moans, how she. I want to learn that. I want to get hypnotized.
I'm trying to start. I'm trying to open a business.
Yeah.
Sure. Faye, what's up, Faye? Richie Rich in the building. What's up, Rich?
It's like a different
Audrey, what's up?
experience. It's a different experience that some people never encounter. And there's a lot of things that you can encounter, through spiritual orgasm.
Yes.
You just got to try it mentally. It's mentally and physically and emotionally.
It's a
There's a
whole
connection
different ball
to it.
game, right? GA said that's an exorcism. And I was having a conversation with somebody,
Yeah,
right?
I can't with you.
I said, you know what? Who knows? Maybe the exorcist wasn't really having an orgasm and they just misinterpreted it for something demonic. Who knows? Right? Who really knows? Because that's what it looks like in a sense, right? But I believe that our minds can generate things that we have no idea of at this moment, right? The power of the mind, again, like I've said before, our minds create every single thing that we see, everything that we hear is first created in thought. Without thought, nothing's here right now. So for anyone to kind of close your mind at the idea of what's possible in the world, then you need to do a little reflection of yourself and open that mind up a little bit, because spirituality is real. And when you are able to connect energies, like for those of you that were tuned in last week, we were getting into the energies of partners and how when you sleep with somebody, you're taking their energy, and vice versa. And that is a real thing that we deal with. For me, again, I've realized a lot of things in my life, like I've spoken about. I've realized how energies that I've taken into my life. And now what I'm trying to do is cleanse. I'm trying to really get myself to a better place. Melissa, I know you're kind of you're very spiritual as well. How do you feel about the energies connecting and when you take on someone's energy in that sense?
Yeah, so I'm like really deep into spirituality. I mean, not that deep that it gets crazy, but I'm deep enough where I believe in energy of other people. I believe in vampire energy. I believe in someone's negative energy can definitely be brought onto you and they can take your good energy.
Just to clarify things, she's not saying that she believes in vampires, okay, people?
Yeah. No, I'm more so
energy.
saying like life suckers, right? The people just suck the life out of you. They just they gravitate towards your energy and then they suck out your good energy out of you where you're left with nothing. And almost to the point where they're this like new person and it looks like they're getting all these blessings. They look like, they're the shit. And you just kind of feel stuck and you feel depleted and you wonder why. It's because they attached to your energy and they took it out of you, right? That's if you're around somebody negative. That's if somebody is not for you, right? When somebody's not for you, they would take the good out of you without you even knowing. So going back to your question, energy transfer doesn't always have to be physical, right? When you are physical, that's a different type of energy because now you are taking on everything that person is about. And if you think sexual, you're taking on everybody that they have already been with in their energy. And now that's being transferred into you, right? Absolutely. But if we're not talking sexual and we're just talking, physical and mental and emotional, when somebody comes to you and they're always complaining and you're always just trying to be there. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't have any more complaints. And you're like, whoo, well, you just poured all that into me. And now I'm stuck with it.
Energy exchange is real. Lisa, what's up, Lisa? What's wrong with reaching orgasm the old-fashioned way? Lisa, wait, listen. We're gonna get into all that, okay? All right, because the old-fashioned way is amazing, but if you connect the two together, now you're talking about reaching a whole different level of everything. Melissa, what's up, Melissa? Awesome job last night. Awesome job. Power Radio was in the building last night. You guys did an amazing job. I had a great time. Thank you for that. Um, listen, I wrote a few things down, right? Most religions emphasize the importance of sexual morality. Um, and that's what we grow up with. That everything sexual has some type of negative tone to it. Um, and when you grow up with that mindset, obviously now you're going to be bringing in negative energy to you, if it might be negative lovers, right?
Mhm.
Whatever it might be. So I'm a believer deep down of the power of that. And that's why I preach it so much, because I've experienced it and I've turned that. And I would love I know so many people that are very closed-minded when it comes to that. And I would love to be able to open their minds. Obviously, they have to open it for themselves, but I want people to know that it's a real thing. Like it energy is a real thing. We are energy, and energy never dies.
Mhm.
So to understand the possibilities is to really grow. And you just have to allow yourself to.
Energy
Um
comes from the universe too.
Absolutely. I mean, we're all
Yes.
one. We're all one in the universe. All right, so I'm gonna give a question. Uh were moral codes created to regulate the situations that give rise to sexual interests and to influence people's sexual activities and practices? Um, for those of you that might not have heard what I just asked, to put it simply, the morals that we grow up with, I'm asking, were they created by religion, by spirit, by whatever, in order to be able to influence what we do as a society, as far as what we're okay with sexually and what we're not okay with?
What do you mean, like on religion wise?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, there are some religions that they can't do certain things that we do, because of their religion. Like, they can't have sex before they get married, or they cannot see their brides and have sex with them. Like the Jewish people do that,
But
you
now, do
know.
you feel that all that you're just saying was that created to control the rise of sexual activities?
Of course, absolutely.
What do you feel,
Absolutely.
Melissa?
I think the same. It's all about
That's
control.
what
I think everything of mankind that's ever been created is
hmm
about control. And I believe religion is just another control platform. And
hmm
I also think that it just gives the segue for men to always stay in power.
hmm
Us women, we're always
You have a
less
good point in
than,
that. You have
right?
a point.
And I just feel like when it comes to that, being sexual is nothing to be ashamed of, it's nothing to steer away from, and it's nothing to be judged on. But when you don't have control of that, you don't know who you are, you don't know your identity.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely, I agree.
I feel that no one should be controlled sexually. It's part of life. It's part of nature. It's part of what it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
But when you start controlling somebody sexually, that's kind of like not normal. I,
Like I feel everyone should have their own life to live, and if you saw the post that I put up this morning, I read that and I was like, wow, that relates. I understand it. They said you're not responsible for what you're programmed, what's programmed into you as a child, but you are
hmm
responsible for fixing it when you're an adult.
Yes.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
and that is so true. Like I think that you
I
have to
believe
lie.
I
Yeah,
believe that some people, when they go through something through their childhood, they want to blame that. All because it was my childhood, all because I went through this. No, you can change that. You can make a difference. You can find yourself within yourself, your soul. Do soul searching, find out, the reason why this happened, why you encountered this. How can you change it to become a better person? Because it's not right for the other person you interact with in your life pay for something that you went through through your childhood. You get help for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that takes time, right?
Yeah, it does.
Self-reflection is you saying, okay, I'm responsible for my healing at this point. When you self-reflect, you're then putting the power back onto you. And nobody else has that power. Nobody else can hold you to that. And nobody else can make you feel bad about what you went through. Because that's what people do. People, they'll make you feel bad for what you went through. And then it's just like, wait a minute. Okay, now I have the power. I need to heal. I need to grow.
And it's funny because, healing is not something that happens overnight. Healing
it's
is
not
something
linear.
It's a process that you have to go through. You have to go through the pain. You have to go through crying. You have to go through the emotions of it. And once you overcome that, you see the difference of what you became. I've been through that. And I see myself now, and I see myself like, wow, like all of this negative energy that was hanging on my back. And I found a way to heal myself, to heal my soul. And I've become a better person in everything that I do, in every aspect. You understand?
So, without a doubt. Shout out to Mama. Hey, Ma, I love you.
Hi, Delia. She's so cute.
My baby.
Hey,
Cuzzo,
Mom.
what's up, Cuzzo? Love you
I
too,
gotta make
brother.
pasteles for her.
Oh, she'll love you forever with some
Not
patelas.
for you, for her. Now
I love you too, some patelas.
And I wanted to touch on that what Jennifer said. When you hold on, right, because you're responsible for your own healing, as someone said in the comments, when you hold on to the trauma, when you hold on to all of that hurt, all that you've been through, your body starts to break down as you get older. And you're wondering, wait a minute, why do I feel this way? Why are all of a sudden all these things are happening to me? It's because you're holding on to that. And when we store that and you don't have that spiritual orgasm, that release, you're gonna have problems when you get into your 50s and your 60s as you get older.
Yes. Yes, it's true. Because when you get older, like you feel that you already given up, and you're like, there's no purpose of me of changing. There's no purpose of me to heal. I just want to be like this, miserable. And no, you shouldn't be like that, because it doesn't matter what people say about you or feel about you. You can change for the better.
Yes.
Once you change and your soul feels so relieved and so clear, and your mind is so clear, you can overcome anything in life. Like nothing is going to bother you, because I'm doing it for myself, to make the people that I love happy,
Gotcha.
and proud of what I did. You know what I'm saying? But
without a doubt. Without a doubt. Let me add Mr. A's in the building. Let me bring him on real quick. Mr. A, what's up?
Hi, Mr. A.
Hey,
Good
Mr.
evening,
A.
good evening, good evening.
For you that haven't seen the 6145 podcast, make sure you guys tune in. You're on tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow, 7 p.m., we're doing an episode about all things Puerto Rico.
There we go.
Oh,
there
nice.
we go. That's what it's about.
Yes,
brother.
sir.
How's everything, brother?
Everything is good as can be. You got to forgive me. It was a late dinner, so got kind of held up. You know what I mean?
I already know. I don't know. Scarpa been jumping in and out. She must be having a problem with her connection, because she's like showing up and coming out, showing up, coming
Red
out.
Queen, there's no donuts here for you. Go buy.
Uh-oh.
She wants donuts.
Still talking about donuts.
She wants donuts.
So all right. So moving on. I wanted to show this other recording that I took on that I kind of enjoyed, and get you guys' take on it.
God is an orgasm. I used to say, I believe that God is an orgasm, that God is the same as an orgasm, and that God resides in my personal orgasm. While I was partially joking, the other part of me thinks, well, why the hell not? If the fundamental belief of religion is that God gave birth to all life, it is a logical conclusion that God is hidden in the very fabric of our sexual interaction. My question is, could we call God that floating, energetic feeling that propels pleasure into how we fuck, awaiting for our own Big Bang to happen?
Yes, you said it. You said it, not me. I'll start with Mr. A. Welcome to the building. Let's. I want to get your take on that. Like, what do you feel about that? Is that possible?
Listen, it could be possible because after many years of marriage, I often hear somebody calling out for God when that's happening. So
Ay, Dios mío, ay, Dios mío.
it's real. It's real. It's real. You know, I guess I could only speak from that space. You know, after being, you know, I've said this so many times, being with my wife for 26 years. I think that, first of all, the statement that the woman's making is her opinion. You know, she's framing it in that way, and that's cool. A lot of people, I think, take things to another level where they don't belong and try to make shit sound so deep. But the reality is, you know, sex outside of procreation was meant to be pleasurable between a man and a woman, and that's why we chase it so much. But I think that to speak more to the point, when you reach a connection with your partner that is on a different level, that not only do you love and enjoy them, their company and who they are, but you explore sexually all these things that you know, have thought about, may have spoken about, and you become more secure in your relationship with that person, it definitely changes the heightened awareness and feelings when you have sex with that person. You know, the connection is different.
Mhm.
So I think that if people were to get back to building more solid relationships instead of acting like animals, because that's basically how people are nowadays. Everybody's just like, you know, stick and move, stick and move. There's no connections.
And goodbye.
Yeah. So, you know, I think when people get to that sort of a relationship where you're actually building a foundation and a strong bond with the person you're walking through life with, sex is definitely different, way different.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
that's why I am trying to get to that level of experience. Haven't experienced it in that way yet. So, you know, I had to do some self work in order to get there. And let's welcome. Look who's here.
Hey,
Who's
hi,
here.
Miss
Hi, I'm so
Carter.
sorry. I'm a hot mess tonight.
That's all right.
How are you guys?
That's all
You're always
right. Hey,
you're always a
girl.
mess and you're always hot. So you're good. Don't worry. So we'll take it to the next. Jen, how do you feel about what do you think about that video?
About God?
Do you feel like God is in the fabric of our orgasms?
Of course, he was the one that created it. He created us the same way he created Adam and Eve. So, of course, he is.
Melissa?
He creates every emotion and every feeling that, you know, the emotion of what we have. He created our mind. He created everything. So he is part of it.
Mhm.
He's the creator of all.
So do you feel in that moment? I mean, we're gonna this another
Or
video.
like if
we're
in
gonna
that
go a little
moment, if I'm in
deeper,
that
but
moment,
in that moment,
if
are you
I'm thinking
connected?
that God was the one that was creating me to have an orgasm.
No, do you feel at that moment we're connected with them deeper than at any other moment?
Of course, he created us. He created us to do what we want to do and what we feel. He gives us out. He gives us that emotion. You know, he's in control of our lives.
How you know it's a he?
Because it ain't no she.
I'm kidding.
From my Catholic worlds, I know it's no he,
Yeah.
no she. It's a he. It could be anything. Who knows?
That's right. It's just
God can be
divine
anything.
energy. He's a he, she,
Absolutely.
divine energy. What do you think, Melissa?
Well, listen, first off, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, right?
Mhm.
So, sex is a spiritual connection, regardless of how anyone else sees it. It's spirituality that's connecting us. It's through our bodies, it's through the release. We're just in the physical world with our ego to make it something else that is really not, right? That's why they say be careful who you have sex with, because you attach yourself to that person and everybody else, like I said earlier, everybody else that they were with prior to you. So when you do have that person, when you do have that person that you are spiritually connected with and you guys do have sex, yes, it does take you to a higher dimension. That's what it's supposed to do, because it's a release.
Yes. Yes, we're disconnected from the world as we know it. Like I
Right.
said, we're gonna get a little deeper into that. Ms. Carper, was you able to see the video, or you weren't in here for that? You muted
Can't hear
yourself.
you.
Well, get your head out your bunhole and get with the program. Let's go.
No, I didn't get to see the video. And right now I'm actually in my car, so no, I didn't get to see it.
Okay. I mean, they were talking about God. They didn't say Allah, but same thing. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing, Tom.
She said it's the same thing.
She's half Muslim for people that don't know. Okay, you might be like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
Kef halak, Miss Carpet.
Alhamdulillah, keep back.
Yalla.
Miss Carpet.
Yes. What's up, girl?
Good.
So in spirituality, right? They use orgasms. They say you can connect to a higher divine energy. This is part of their ritual. So going back to that first video, Mr. A and Ms. Carpet, you guys weren't here. Is a video of where they're not touching. It's pure energy. Yeah, tantra. It's called tantra. Actually, I'm gonna let Jen take it too because she has some of different forms of tantra. But that was a video of tantra. For those of you that didn't know, you might want to look it up. And these people are able to have and so, again, I don't know this for facts. If you read on it, it's facts. But they say you can stay in a bliss of orgasm as long and as much as you want if you use this way. So whereas when we actually ejaculate, or you women, do what you do, it's a momentary thing and it's gone. Us, we can actually keep that moment going for a period of time without losing the energy and getting fatigued. So it's something that if anybody would not want to experience that, something's wrong with you. Something's 100% wrong with you. I'm not gonna make that clear.
But tantra is outside of touch, right?
Yes, outside of touch.
It's it's outside of no, well, somewhat.
Well, Jen, read the.
So I looked up today. It's 6 types of tantra orgasm and how to treat each other, like each one of like how to treat somebody, right? So the one that I was really interested in was about the nipple orgasm.
Of course.
The only reason was because
nipple orgasm.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little like too private here, but anyway. So every time it's like when somebody touches my nipple or sucks my nipple, I'm like, I get like a different type of feeling, like, oh my God, like it's like it overpowers me, it overtakes me. And so today when I read this, it says it's essential breast massage that consider an empowerment activity for people with vulvas. Shemaya is a tantric goddess of the heart, and it's an arousing pleasure through the breast and nipples that awakens the goddess responsible for love and bonding. So that's kind of like dangerous, because if I get like that, that means that I'm looking for, for some kind of love and bonding.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm not gonna do that no more. That nipple. No more. Hell no.
Every motherfucker that's on third base with her right now is taking notes.
And then there's another one.
Different ways to rub a nipple. Google.
It says like the vaginal orgasm. So a lot of people think that you're gonna have an orgasm, but they don't know that it actually comes from the vaginal. Right, so the vaginal is called a yoni Sanskrit, which loosely translates to.
That sounds like a piece of steak.
Well, usually, oh my God, I can't translate to a scar space. The tantric psychology of it is when we approach a vagina from a place of the utmost love and respect. So yoni massages he practiced intense, truly honor to the vagina of the owner, and it gives them selfless pleasure.
Massage my vagina. That's awesome.
Right. So when you're massaging a vagina, it's like you're giving the woman that pleasure, so that when she comes, she's gonna come exactly the way you want her to come, or get that orgasm. Because like there are women that they have an orgasm, but then some of them don't. They think that an orgasm is like, oh, give me that pleasure and that's it. No, but there's a lot of terminology to getting an orgasm, why you get an orgasm, why it makes you feel a certain way. So you educate yourself
Yeah,
with that.
absolutely. Have to
And
educate
I
yourself.
educated myself with that today at work because I was printing a whole bunch of shit, reading it until my big boss came and she
Looking at
was like,
nipple orgasms.
yeah, the nipple orgasm just like really got me. I was like, wow, interesting.
Siri, look up nipple orgasms.
So, and then they say the G-spot orgasm. So the G-spot orgasm is an original translation of Anga, Ranga, centuries of old Indian sex that manuals the draw of a Kama Sutra refer to specially exotic areas of the vagina wall that suspenda nada. The G spot is less spot than more the area of that feels when stimulating to someone's vulgals owner. That's like an Indian tribe, some shit, bunga banga, whatever. Like there's a lot of things.
Because you know what, Jennifer, and I don't mean to cut you off, but then it ties again, right, to the fact that we are spiritual beings. God made us as spiritual beings having a physical experience. So everything in our body connects to something. Everything is for some type of pleasure of some sort.
And then they have the energy orgasm, which we were talking about energy. So the energy orgasm, it's like a sex energy that flows freely and it's on command and under command. This is about creating multiple ways and orgasm feelings, not about rifting or physical ecstasy when you're stuck in traffic. Here a step by step to guide on how you can have that energy to make sure that the orgasm is going to make you feel pleasure and wanted again by a man. So it's like what you said, is the energy that connects. You got to have a certain connection for, when you have an orgasm with somebody, you can actually,
Yeah, Miss A.
Yeah, I have a question because she said on command. Did you say on command?
Yeah.
On command orgasm.
So basically I could call it in. I could be like, "Mommy, what are you doing?"
Like it's like a flow freely on command. The energy, it's on command. Your energy is on command.
That's pretty much like the video.
Right.
That
when
we
you're
had
with
on.
somebody and you both have the same energy, that energy is going to be on command, meaning that it's going to be controlled by both of you, and you both going to know what you want because you have that same energy.
You guys are in alignment with each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. They say that is the ultimate of ultimate orgasms, when you're connecting with each other on an energetic level, and now you have sex with the energy together. It's almost like, I'm sure a lot of people have had those sexual experiences where you're able to have that orgasm at the same time as your partner, and you're looking at each other's eyes, and in that moment you have no idea who you are, where you are, what the hell you're doing. It's just a moment. It's a moment, and that's pretty much what it comes down to, being that same kind of vibe, that same feeling.
Looking goofy like a motherfucker.
Yeah, the whole goofy look.
It's you guys, it's us being in alignment, right? Whoever our partner is, and it's us being in alignment with each other. That's why so many people, grown people, have yet to experience an orgasm, because they're having sex with people they're not intended to be with. They're not in alignment with that person.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Now they just having sex just to have sex, and that's
it's true. And then the thing nowadays, like men and women, I'm not gonna judge either, but sex now is like bang man, thank you man, whatever you want to call it. And it's crazy because I'm like, yes, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I want to have real sex, and you just want to bang and just go and be like, okay, I'll see you next time. No, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I think
at the end of the day, right? I would say maybe Mr. A probably knows better than anybody, any of us here, but we probably don't even know what the fuck real organic sex is.
No, because they're not
because like Mel said, you have to connect with the person. When you have that connection, and I've never felt that kind of connection. So not for me to sit here and be like, say that I know I've had the most amazing sex, whatever. Hell no, I can't say that. I'll be lying to myself. What'd you say?
The bang man,
thank you, bang man. That's why you feel the connection.
Sounds like a reggae song.
I might need that for a hook.
And that's why
For real.
with sex, it's not about one or the other. It's about each other, right? Because you want that other person to experience that with you.
You have to let go of everything that has to do with ego. Strip the ego down, and you're supposed to know how to love somebody else and give somebody else. Because when you're able to do that, and again, that's part of my journey that I've been on, right? Is that having that ability to let go of my ego, to be able to not give a damn about myself as much as I give a damn about that person that I'm with.
Right.
And that's the ultimate goal, and that's, I think, when you can get there. Before we go on any further, I want to show this last video that I had here. This is a lady by the name of Teal Swan. If you guys have never seen her, she's amazing. She is like the ultimate when it comes to spirituality and orgasms. She speaks about orgasms in every sense. And she's really amazing. I mean, she travels all over, millions of followers. She's dope. So ladies, guys too, if you have not heard of her, it's Teal Swan, TealSwan. I'm gonna play one of her little clip of hers, and we'll get into it.
Orgasm involves the total self, mind, body, and soul all together. You are no longer in control. Existence itself has taken possession of you, and you do not know who you are. This is momentary enlightenment. It is a mini-death so that you can experience being fully alive. Human life on Earth is ultimately the byproduct of orgasm. Orgasm and conception go hand in hand. The question is, what are you conceiving? For those of you who practice manifestation, the act of orgasm can be one of the most amazing tools for manifestation.
So that is Teal Swan. And just real quick before we get into it, I wanted to be known, right? When she asked the question, obviously I couldn't just play a whole damn 10 minutes of it, but when she asked the question of what are you conceiving, right? Because obviously we conceive, and that is the epitome of what an orgasm is. And they say that when you are in that moment of having an orgasm, that at that moment you can manifest anything in life. And it's in that moment, you might be masturbating, right? You're masturbating when you come to that moment of ejaculation, that moment that anybody could walk in on you and you ain't stopping, it's going to get released, right? That moment, when you're in that moment, you can think about whatever it is. Maybe it's a brand new car you want. If you put into thought at that moment, you will connect deeper in that moment and be able to manifest that at more than at any other time while you're living your life. And so needless to say, I actually put that to work today, and I'll let you guys know at a later date if it comes true, but I'm trying to manifest right now. So I'm trying this, something you guys might want to try. Listen, you might be able to manifest some things in your life. But yeah, it's something to think about. Listen, think
this
about
takes a lot of practice, to get to these kind of levels. Like, you really have to practice at these things, and it takes time.
And you haven't practiced enough?
Never. It's never enough. What are you laughing at over there? I see you.
I just think that's too much work. Who the fuck? Listen, if you're gonna be with your partner, whoever that may be, and y'all are having a session, I'm not gonna start thinking about my fucking podcast, or I want to buy her that next house on the hill, or I'm gonna fucking earn 100 million.
Hey,
yeah, there it goes.
If you know you could get $100 million just by thinking about it in that moment, you're telling me you ain't gonna work hard to think about it?
Listen, I don't need to work hard to think about that shit. I'm up in some goodness. I want to focus on that. Let me deal with that first. After I'm done and I'm sitting there and we talking shit, drinking, having a smoke, whatever, I could be like, yo, you know what, Ma? Not for none. I think I'm gonna
I'll say this. But that's why it's important, right? To learn how to reach those moments without it being
A distraction.
from a physical sense. When you can reach that without the physicalness, that I think is one of those things. You're in a orgasm type of mindset, and now you're able to manifest things.
It's hard enough for me to try to keep a straight face in that moment, bro.
You can't.
I be looking crazy, son. The toes be like that, like
Yo, he gets todo loco and shit.
So you think about it, we are no longer who we are. She speaks about that too, how like, in that moment you have no idea who you are, what you are. We are just somewhere else. We're in that moment, right? I'm sure
I'm
just
goofy.
Thinking about banging and that's it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Y'all just thinking about banging and that's it.
I don't think that they're all
moment,
like
we're talking
that.
about in that moment of orgasm, in that
Right.
exact moment.
Freeze frame.
Listen, your mind is not. It's not. I know I wrote something about that. Oh, right here. There was a study done in the University of Netherlands. They found that when we reach orgasm, the lateral orbit of the frontal cortex, which is the front part of your brain, temporarily shuts down. This is the region of the brain that is responsible for behavior control. We are essentially in a deep state of surrender to that experience.
Shit, my shit is probably off.
So that and these are facts. These are studies that are done. So and it makes sense because in that moment, I know I'm shut the fuck down. I had
when I look at that face and that face is smiling and they're like, "Ay, qué rico." I said, I'm getting a Louis Vuitton bag.
Wait, time out.
I'm gonna get a Louis Vuitton bag tomorrow.
Hold up. He said they are smart. Who's they? Who? That sounds like more than one.
Who said that?
Me?
She said they. When I look at them and they are smiling.
I'm single. I'm not married.
Okay. Hey, salute.
If I was married, then I would say, okay, my husband or my boyfriend, but I'm not married.
Okay.
Lisa, it's not that.
I have amigos.
It's not that you're not like beating off the whole time saying new car. No, it's not that. It's you beat off to whoever you want to beat off to, but in that exact moment when you're in that orgasm state,
when I'm in it,
right, like for a man, that's when we're ejaculating, we're getting that moment.
Like, oh my god,
that's when you got to put the thought of what you want in your head.
I'm thinking
it's
like
not before,
this is the
not before.
best
To be clear.
shit ever.
Nigga, you're gonna be like,
I be thinking that I'm in an island and shit, like I'm doing something. Oh my god, it's delicious.
Lizzie Liz.
But then I'll get my Louis Vuitton during the week.
Listen, all you got to do is manifest it when you're in that orgasm state. Think about it.
Hey,
like I said, I'm gonna give you guys an update in a few weeks. I'll let you know if any of my thoughts have been happening.
I don't know because you're a virgin right now, so I don't know.
I'm a virgin. Backing off.
You know what? I'm not sure if me with my celibacy, doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Celibacy.
Yeah, it's been a while for me.
Well, now you know. Now you know.
Get the fuck, yo. Listen, Dom, come on. Dom, who you trying to knock down on the panel that you playing this celibacy shit?
Listen, I'm dead serious. It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months for me.
Nigga, it hasn't been 6 days. Stop lying.
Mentiroso. That's good. It's gonna bring you so much clarity.
It does.
Right?
No, it really, like I joke about it.
Bring you so much clarity.
You're gonna want to kill everybody, bro.
Thank you, Melissa.
No. Well, first you're gonna want to kill everybody because naturally, as human beings, we need the release, right? We need that sensual whatever with whoever, right? But also, it brings stillness, it brings clarity, and it brings you guidance to your life. And
it brings stillness. Don't move because you might let one off.
Then when he gets off on an orgasm, he's gonna enjoy it more because he's learned different things from it. Like it's not a thank you, ma'am, bang bang. He's just gonna he's gonna enjoy it. He's gonna love it because
you need to get a shirt with that on it.
Is with somebody that he actually learned a lot from it, and he waited for 6 months you know, or 7 or 8 or 9 months, whatever he wants to wait, and he's gonna enjoy it. He's gonna feel happy about himself because
He's gonna turn into a Barbosa the minute that he lets off that
no,
first
he's
nut, please.
not, Indito.
Like that.
Probably.
No, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it
you
is.
keep going
It is.
down.
It really is.
You
What's up,
keep
He's gonna
Danny?
feel like a virgin. Leave him alone.
Getting on. Danny said
Yeah.
the mind is so powerful that when you fully let go, it connects through your body even without the sexual act. I agree.
Okay, repeat it again.
The mind is so powerful that when you fully let go, it connects through your body even without the actual act of sex. And that's
Facts, absolutely.
again,
Absolutely.
that's where I'm trying to get to. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, hey, I'm not saying that I'm a man that's declining sex. Not doing that, but I'm staying away from it. I'm doing what I need to do to know that I'm not putting myself in a position to fall into the same traps that I've done in the past.
And it's okay. And it's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh no, absolutely. And I
The
love.
mind
And I
is a
really have.
powerful thing.
I've got so much clarity in my life.
Yeah.
The mind is a
beautiful
powerful
people
thing.
coming
You
into
can
my life.
control anything that you want with your mind. You can control your mind from doing things that you're not supposed to. You know, I always tell people the mind is a powerful thing. You can do whatever you want to do. You know, you can control what you feel, what you think, what you want, what you don't want. And later on in life, it's going to benefit you, you know, because when you start doing things without thinking, that's when it affects you and you get yourself into trouble.
I am of the mindset that if you don't use it, you lose it.
Wow.
Just saying.
Hey.
I'll let you know. Now that's like riding a bike, though, man. It's like riding a bike. You're never
You
gonna
can
lose
use
the
it,
skill.
of course, most definitely, but you can control it to get yourself into trouble.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out like if masturbating kind of destroys the whole purpose of what I'm doing. Like
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
Yeah, because I think I need to get into a period of that as well, like where there's no ejaculation whatsoever.
Yeah,
but
but
at
for
that,
how
I'm
long are
just
you going to
afraid.
be able to hold out?
I'm afraid of losing my mind. I think that's going to make it tougher, right? Because it's definitely going to make it tougher.
But what is
for me
the
to say
sense of
no.
practicing celibacy if you're not? If you're the point is to deny yourself of this.
Yeah.
So you're gonna deny yourself the physical touch of a woman, but you're still gonna masturbate. That makes terrible sense.
Because the only thing I'm
that
trying
doesn't make any sense.
what I'm trying, because this is how I speak to myself, right? I go self. You're not involving yourself with another woman.
Read a book.
Right?
Read a book.
I'm masturbating, but I'm not in the physical presence of a woman, so I'm not connecting with that energy.
But it doesn't make any sense.
So
you're connecting to yourself, right?
Yes,
and when the connection with yourself brings the highest form of self-love, self-confidence. It's like if you're really into spirituality and you really understand the dynamics of masturbation, literally everything that lady said, like you could bring a whole new life. Like
you're gonna be celibate forever.
Make a whole new life because you have so much clarity.
See, I'm not listening. This is coming from a married man. I'm not listening to the married man.
What? No. Hold on. All I said was you're gonna stay celibate forever, bro. Because you're gonna be so spiritual and connected to yourself. You're gonna be like, no necesita una mujer, deja esa mierda.
There's a lot of people on the chat that's saying a lot of comments, Dom.
I know I haven't really got much into the comments. Sorry, people. There's a lot of us up here, so you know. But let me get into a few of them, and let's start with this. Why not? Pussy is the most powerful thing on earth. Men kill, go to war, commit all type of crazy shit. We ain't thinking about nothing but that wetness. Listen, right? And that's why that's the ultimate form of being able to overcome that. When you're stronger than that, then what else you got to do in life? That is a tough thing to overcome. It's work. It's definitely a lot of work.
But and that's also because men have been programmed at a very early age.
That is 100% true. It's a lot of it is programmed.
Programmed at a very early age, and also having these experiences with older women. 9 times out of 10, they're not having experiences with, someone their age, or having experience with a woman that's older. So that really translates into your later years of life. It makes it harder for you to really have a spiritual connection.
It does
that way.
I've spoken on that, right? For me, I've spoken on in the past that I do understand that. And like I said, I joke about this and we have fun and games and stuff. But on a serious note, especially guys out there, and women too, that have had a lot of partners and have lived that lifestyle of just kind of enjoying your life day by day, whatever comes. When you have to start to get away from that, and that's what I'm doing, because I've realized that throughout all my years of just not taking anything seriously and having multiple partners, that has set me up to be in a position of not being able to appreciate the true nature of lovemaking, because I've done it so many times for so many wrong reasons, for no purpose whatsoever but having that orgasm, right? And this is part of the journey, is understanding your mistakes in life. Whatever mistakes you make in life, you have to grow and understand, I need to fix certain things. And that was one of the things that I know I needed to fix. It's not just sleeping around because I want it to mean more. So if I want it to mean more, I have to treat it like it's more. And that's the state of mind that I'm in now.
Respect your dick, Dom.
Yeah, exactly. I have to.
That's the truth. You got to respect your dick.
Jesse Rivera made a good point on the comments.
Which one is that? I'm a little.
Jesse Rivera.
I'm a little behind, so let me start catching up on some of the comments real quick. Liz in the building.
Hey, Liz.
What would you say to someone who has not done anything sexual for many years?
What are you gonna say?
Kudos to you.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Listen, if
good job.
If that's your choice, that's your choice. Yeah.
Yep. I'll be like, good job.
Why would you encourage that?
Yes, sex.
I'll share a little personal story. I won't go too far deep into it.
Okay.
But I'll share a personal story. When I got pregnant, right, I had a normal pregnancy up to 3 months. And then at 4 months, I became high risk. Being high risk, I was put on bed rest and I was not allowed any sexual intercourse, right? None whatsoever. I couldn't get a massage. I couldn't get my head rubbed. Nothing. Couldn't touch me, couldn't kiss me. Nothing could happen because I would start dilating and I was already at risk of dilating. So from 4 months to I gave birth, at 37 weeks, couldn't have sex, nothing, couldn't touch, nothing, couldn't stroke my hair, nothing. And from that moment on, I was so strong-willed at that point, I didn't have sex after that, right? Because it brought me so much clarity and so much understanding of myself that I created a whole new world for myself.
Yeah, listen.
Wait. Time out. So you were pregnant, you were high risk. That's something that's a medical necessity, and I can get that. But how did you feel about your partner after you gave birth? I guess you guys weren't together?
No, we were together. So even afterwards, because either one, obviously, we couldn't have sex, right? We couldn't do anything. It was just it was more of an emotional engagement that we had. We had a really, really strong emotional engagement and mental engagement.
Right.
That, the sex at that point was the icing on the cake.
Of course.
It was just like, all right, let's do this. But we're two spiritual beings, so.
Okay. Something like that makes sense. But somebody who hasn't had sex because they haven't had it, meaning no medical necessity, they just been out of touch with finding a partner and connecting with somebody. I don't think that's something that I would encourage. I think people, in some way, shape, or form need to have sex in their life and not the way it is practiced now. Like,
but
listen.
Sometimes se te quita la gana, like you just don't want it. Like it's not a necessary thing to do.
Okay, cool.
For whatever you might feel, and you can be comfortable with it because sex is not everything. You understand?
And right? That's where finding the spirituality of an orgasm is important. You're trying to
find yourself, internally and externally, and you feel right there and then that you don't really want to have sex, and you're good with it. You could be years without it. You understand?
And then what happens when you meet somebody? You're gonna tell
So
them,
when
"Oh,
you meet
I don't have
somebody,
sex."
when you meet somebody and you're ready for it, that's when you know that you're ready for it, and you're gonna encounter something that you're gonna, want it for the rest of your life. You understand? Because some people, what happened with some people, they get traumatized, through past relationships. You understand? And they say, I don't want to have sex. I'm not gonna have sex. I'd rather be by myself. I love to be by myself. I don't need to be with anybody. Sex is not anything, so they turn to their toys, they watch their little pornos, and they're comfortable with that because that's what they feel right there and then because of what they experienced from their past experience. You understand? It traumatized some women,
But
and it traumatized not
that
more
goes
women
back
than men.
that goes back to understanding your place in your life, and understanding that
And it's
if you do
okay.
have trauma, right, and you have situations to handle, those things all have to get handled before you do jump into anything with anyone,
That's what
because
we were
you're
talking
going to
That's the
about
bring
point.
that
earlier.
same
It's
energy.
called healing. You have to heal yourself first,
First,
mentally and
yeah.
emotionally, okay, in order for you to jump into another relationship. Because if you jump into a relationship feeling the same way you're feeling now, like I don't want to have sex is not important, I don't need it, I don't want it, it's going to be chaos. So you need to heal yourself and find out, why do I feel like this? Why am I acting like this? What's wrong with me? Is there something wrong with me? Is there something missing that I'm not connecting to with the energy that doesn't let me have sex with somebody else? When you heal yourself and you find yourself and you know why and the reason, then you can have sex with somebody else. Look at me. I was like
Listen,
that for when I left my son's father. I wasn't having sex
but
until I healed myself.
the
Once
hard
I
part
healed myself, I was like, aquí hay party.
the hard part is for us to strip the ego, right?
Yes,
And I'm
We
yes.
good.
have to be able to strip down our
Now
egos,
it's over. Now
but
I mean, no me importa.
egos could be good or bad. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter, what the ego is. Ego could be trauma, right? It
Mm-hmm.
comes a time that you got to say, all right, enough is enough. Let me get rid of this. Let me find me. Let me get back to me. And again, doing this episode, right? The spirituality of orgasm, it was obviously want to have some laughs, have some fun with it, but at the same time, it's a whole other place to step into for people to get that little outlet of understanding, and getting to a place that they could say, you know what, maybe I can try this. Let me try what this is right here. Because again, I love to laugh, I love to have fun with people, but at the same time, I love to give people something that they can actually take with them and
Mm-hmm.
possibly help themselves. And there's a lot of us out there that need the help, right? In all ways, shapes, and forms.
And it's always good to connect. It's always good to connect with other people. I am the type of person that I like connecting with other people and I like learning from other people. For the simple fact that I don't know everything, but when I learn from others, it helps me live a different life in perspective. Like I understand things. I can adjust to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So because a lot of people are just stuck on one thing and they don't know, like, look at today when I was doing those papers and I saw the nipple orgasm, I was like, oh my God, wow, interesting.
Richie Rich, when you masturbate, you're bringing another spiritual soul into that mind. You know what? You
Amen.
might be right, and it's something that I think about. You might
Mhm.
be right. I might be bringing something into the situation. Let me get to some of these. We could speak on some of these here. I don't know who you are, Facebook user, but thank you for
No,
being
that's
here.
Jesse Rivera.
Abstinence means completely avoiding all types of intimate contact, no private touching and touching the privates. Someone practicing complete abstinence does not have any type of intimate sexual contact, including oral sex and or masturbation. Yes, that is abstinence, without a doubt.
Hmm.
I use the words abstinence, and but it's not really. I'm not
Jay
actually
Castillo's in the
practicing that.
building.
Jay, what's up, Jay?
Jay Castillo.
Let me get to some more of these. You're taking the proper steps. First step is acknowledging that you need and want something greater. Absolutely, V. That is the first step in anything. Uh, Maggie, sex may not be everything, but what happens when your partner still does that? There has to be a healthy balance. Absolutely, balance is key. Let me get to Dan. Danny's very spiritual, like myself, so I appreciate when she speaks. It's so important to love yourself fully and be comfortable in your own skin first in order to connect mind, body, soul, and soul with
Yes.
your partner and experience ultimate orgasms. Yes, yes, yes. You have to indulge in yourself first and foremost. You are what matters. You are love. You are everything. When you connect with yourself in that way, everything else just comes to you without a doubt. Angelo, what's up, Angelo? Appreciate you, brother.
And sometimes, you know, you have to manage. You can manage orgasm through pain. You know,
Mhm.
pain that you're going through.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So that if you have been severely traumatized, the PTSD can take a while. It's individualistic.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Listen, you have again,
Absolutely.
that's why there's so many methods to go about certain things, and you have to find what works for you, right? Like I speak for myself, and when I'm doing these shows, it's more my own mind, my own knowledge, but obviously what works for me is not going to work for everyone. So you have to find your own path. Uh let me see. Let's see. Just yes, and some people you meet to teach you a lesson of what you don't want. Absolutely. And then we speak about that. Jay wants to know what nipples masturbate. Yo,
He's funny. I can't with him.
so yeah, I mean, listen to get back on topic, right? It's if you guys look this stuff up, and again, it's just another outlet of ways to connect within yourself. But you have to be able to connect with yourself first and foremost. Like Mel said earlier, if you can't connect with yourself, then you can't do any of these steps. You can't, you know, our egos just mess with us on such a high level that it's hard to strip it down. And you have to go through that process of stripping down your ego because that's the only time that you're going to be able to actually, still
Hmm.
be able to laugh about certain things. Because look, I laugh about everything, and certain things sound funny. I'll start laughing. But now, where in the past I would look at it as just a straight joke, I take certain things serious now, and certain things that can relate to me because I'm going through it and I'm experiencing it, and it's super dope. Like to understand all the things that you have started that you've done wrong in your life, the things that you want to start to grow on and become better at. And so it's an amazing thing, but it all starts with self. It all starts with you. And until you get to that point, um, listen, it's not gonna happen for you. You have to again strip your ego first, put the ego away, and allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to learn, allow yourself to take in things. Everything, like I said, everything's not for you, but certain things that you're gonna find, you're gonna say, wow, this is pretty dope. This works for me. Again, like I've said in the past, I always said meditation. I used to look at that like meditation. That's white people shit. I'm not meditating. You
No,
know
it's
what?
not. It
And
helps
now look at
you.
me. I
It
meditate.
helps you.
I
It helps
meditate
you
every
see
day.
clarity. It
Meditate
helps
every
you with
day now.
clarity. You
That
see clarity. You like you're just like you become a different person. Like I said, when I go
Yes.
to work, I take half an hour just to meditate.
Mhm.
And I just sit there and I meditate. I meditate about everything, you know, just to give me a clear mind of my workflow and the people that I work with because I work with a lot of negative people that sucks my energy at the ending of the day.
Hmm.
So I don't want them to do that because if they suck my energy, I can't be productive. You
Mhm.
know, I can't be who I am
Why is he
professionally.
cracking up over there, Mr. A? What's
You
going
know
on?
what I'm saying? I can't
I
stand
just
them.
no. Why?
I love
What's
you.
up,
Look,
Geneva?
you
But
have a certain way of phrasing things that just is a little funny to me. That's all.
Yeah.
yeah, so you meditate, and that's what I do. I meditate
No,
Yeah.
it's
every
good.
day.
No,
I think what Dom is saying overall, which really brings it back to what both ladies were saying about abstinence and one healing oneself and so on and so forth. I think first and foremost speaks to a certain level of maturity, first of all, and second
Hmm.
of all, sort of demonstrates the point of we're all not built to be by ourselves. We want companionship.
Oh
And
no,
I think
definitely, of course.
Dom, right now, I think what you're going through right now is probably your inner self saying, "Yo, you know what? It's fun doing this and that, but I really want a partner." I mean, you have the example in your parents that have been together forever, and it's good that you're holding yourself to account and reflecting on who you are now as a man and as a father, and you're putting these things and taking yourself to task, because at the end of the day, vas a llegar al día que tú vas a estar viejo, bro, and who's going to take care of you? You don't want somebody that can take care of you and you can take care of them and have that partnership. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not meant to be alone, period. You know, no matter what nobody tells you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So good on you, bro.
But like we were talking about it before, he's finding himself now. He's healing from things that he did in the past that
Just stop jerking off now.
that it wasn't working for him. But he just has to stop
I'm
jerking off
manifesting.
so he can, you know, he can find himself better.
She want to touch the third input, Dom. Be careful.
Guys, counting down the time. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things real quick. For those of you that
Dom G, the Picasso of the bedroom.
Oh yeah, baby.
I don't even know why that comes on.
There goes that ghost again.
Yeah, that ghost.
That ghost is coming for you, Tom.
That ghost is a problem.
She's coming for you.
But if you guys don't know, Gennaro in Those Eyes, guys, pick it up. You can pre-order everything now, so it's available on wherever you get your music from. Gennaro is Jenaro. Support my brother. Awesome guy. And the lady that we have on today, Miss Melissa Morales. For those of you that didn't see the episode that we did together, she is an amazing woman. I mean, as you guys can see, positive, amazing energy. And she has a journal that's called Hey God, It's Me. And it comes out this Friday. Melissa, would you please just speak a little on what Hey God, It's Me is all about?
Yes. First of all, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you having me on. I enjoy the conversation and the connection even more. So thank you. And thank you for bringing this topic to life, because a lot of people are scared to talk about stuff like this. So thank you. So yes, I have a journal. Sorry, y'all see my son in the background right now. I have a journal that is coming out October 1st, this Saturday. Hey God, It's Me. It is a journal of just a safe space for you to talk to yourself, or if you believe in God, for you to put all your release to Him, either gratitude or whatever thoughts that you may have. I started this journal. Boy, he is like, I hear the
That's
dog.
your baby. That's all right. That's the sound of love.
Yeah, it's okay. So I started this journal back in 2019, and I would have just notebooks. And when I was going through my high risk pregnancy and then postpartum and everything that came with it afterwards, I just had to talk to God, right? But I had to get up there in the prayer line. So I would be like, all right, God, it's me. It's your girl. I'm checking in today, right? And within that, I just found a sense of peace. Just when I made it more personal, of just talking to him, and just instead of just talking to him out loud, because sometimes I will be nursing my son, and I'll be talking to God, or I just needed something, a space for me to just have for my own keepsake, right? So I do have the journal. It is here. This is the first copy, and inside it's just blank pages, and there's encouraging words throughout the journal, just so you can stay uplifted, because we're not always seen, heard, and valued by those around us, even within our sexual needs, right? So sometimes writing is very therapeutic.
Absolutely.
Right.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
That's on that. And that's dope, because that's such a big part that I think we don't do enough of, because when you hear about if you go to therapy or anything like that, they tell you, keep a diary, write a journal, these are things that actually really help you. I don't have much knowledge on it, so I won't speak on it, but I have heard that time and time and again. And
right, writing is like a connection. It's like you connecting to a page that understands you and understands what you're going through and what you're feeling. And when you finish writing and you reread it, you can see that, wow, this is what I was feeling and going through. It's like a connection. Writing is a connection, I think. for everybody.
Absolutely. And it's such a release, right? Because we're not supposed to hold anything in. If you were here earlier in the show, you would know that we were talking about, you know, when you hold things in within your body, the trauma, as you get older, it starts to break your body down.
Mm-hmm.
So when you release, and the best thing to do 9 times out of 10 is to write, because there's so much emotion in writing.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Absolutely.
pouring it all out. And when you actually see it and then you reread it, you're like, oh shit, like this is what I was
writing
feeling.
tells the truth about writing is telling the truth about who you are.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But people, time has come and gone.
Thank
if
you,
you're
everybody.
just checking in
Thank
now.
you so much.
You're gonna have to watch the rerun. And thank you for coming in. Even
Thank
if
you,
came
Dom.
in late. Listen, I'm gonna give you hell for it. Some people, y'all know who y'all
Nice
are
meeting you,
already.
Mr. A.
But I appreciate
Likewise.
it. Jen, Melissa, Mr. A, Miss Carpet.
Bye, guys.
Thank you guys
Bye,
so
Miss
much.
Carpet.
Y'all know the
Bye,
love I
darling.
have for
My
all
salam, Miss Carpet.
Yalla. Y'all already know what it is. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Ladies
Bye.
and
Thank you,
gentlemen,
Melissa.
I
Have a
hope
good night,
your
guys.
days are beautiful days. And next week, we'll be here again. Same time. Might have something special going on, but we haven't locked it down yet. I will let you guys know throughout the week, though. But until then, figure out how to have the most amazing orgasms that you can have, and have orgasms 24/7 if you can. Quit your job, stay home in your bed, and just have orgasms. Wouldn't that be a beautiful life? That'd be awesome. But again, peace, people.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood.